Okay, now it's real important to understand that these legs are parallel to the axes.
Right.
Because the first picture I saw was going down like this and then, okay? And that's easy to fix, and when
Yeah.
I asked you to do that, you fixed it right away. Okay, so let's reinforce that that's necessary.
Right.
It's got to be a right triangle.
Okay.
And of course, if the legs are parallel to the axes, then it is a right triangle, right?
Right.
Now, there are other right triangles you could draw. Maybe the one you drew was even a right triangle, but it's not just a right triangle, it's a right triangle with legs parallel to the axes.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, legs being parallel to the axes, since the axes make a right angle, it's going to be a right triangle. That's important to understand for many applications. Okay, anyhow, going from here to here, how do you calculate the run? First of all, I can count it. We're going from -2 to 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, right?
Right.
So the run is 5.
Mm-hmm.
But the rise doesn't go between definite numbers, right? I mean, between integers.
Mm-hmm.
It goes between definite numbers, at least if we accept our estimate, right?
Right.
Our estimates. So this goes from 1.4 up to 3.8, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to calculate how far it goes if you go from 1.4 to 3.8? Okay. Well, let's say you're driving up the interstate and you go from mile 14, which is right, right out in front of the college here, up to mile 38.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is somewhere up getting pretty close to Maryland, Marion. Okay. If you go from mile 14 to mile 38, how far do you go? How do you figure out how far that is?
We can subtract it, I guess.
Yeah, 14 subtracted from 38, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, so if you know where you're starting and where you're ending, you just subtract where you start from where you end, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I think you said it right. I didn't quite hear it because I was making noise.
2.4?
Yeah. So rise is 3.8 minus 1.4 equals 2.4. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And run, well, it goes from -2 to 3, right? So I'm not going to write all these words out down here,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to say that the run equals where we end up at 3 minus where we start, right?
Right.
And that's 3 minus -2, which is, of course, 3 plus 2, which is 5, right?
Right.
Okay?
Okay. I
Okay.
like that better.
Huh?
I like that better. I don't like having to count it because I think it can get messy sometimes.
Well, it's good to count,
Yeah. But
but if you do the arithmetic, you confirm your count.
Mm-hmm.
And if your arithmetic doesn't agree pretty well with your count,
Right.
it means you probably did your arithmetic wrong. Like you could do 3 minus 2 and get 1.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, you know that that's more than 1, right?
That's true, yeah.
So your count can reinforce your arithmetic,
Right.
but your arithmetic is where you're going to get the exact, or at least the best result, okay?
Okay.
So you really want to do both.
Yeah.
You want to look and see how far that is. Say, oh, it looks like it's about 150 some.
Mhm.
And then you subtract and you get 147. Well, that's close enough. You're probably right.
Okay.
And if you're not sure, then subtract again to make sure, right?
Right.
So you have a way of checking. Okay, well,
Awesome.
anyhow, so now I'll figure out what the slope is.